There was an incident by which someone alleged that Diddy or his son shot someone inside of a studio, but they called someone special, the cleaner, quote unquote, right? What's going on, Blunties? It's your boy Dessalines.
Hey, with Pharaoh. Well, we haven't been on for a little while, but we back with some crazy right now, man. You
back
guys
in
ready?
The sauce. Back in the sauce.
Sauce, baby. We back in the sauce. Talk, let them know what we talking about today, man.
All right. So, I don't know if you guys have heard what's going on. We had an episode about Sean Diddy Combs before. But there's a new lawsuit from a person who was, involved with him or, worked with him for some years or associated with him. And the case is making headlines. There's actually, we're going to provide the link for the actual court documents, but they allege a lot of illegal activity. Specifically, what I found the most interesting, I don't know if I could just jump straight into it.
You might as well.
All right, cool. So basically, there was a person named Fahim Muhammad. There was an incident by which someone alleged that Diddy or his son shot someone inside of a studio, but they called someone special, the cleaner, quote unquote, right? That basically had law enforcement say this person got shot in the street and it was just gang violence.
That's wild.
And you know what's wild about that, bro? Yeah. This cleaner, right, Fahim Muhammad, was also found, or he was present at Michael Jackson's death too.
You know what this sounds like? This sounds like something straight out of a movie.
It does, yeah, most definitely, yeah.
Because some of these things that I've been paying attention to and, we've been reading, it doesn't sound like something that would actually happen in real life. These superstars, per se, Diddy, I know this is all alleged, but let's just say this is, maybe this is real. They live in an entirely different universe than the universe that we live in, man. It's quite interesting, if you could say the least.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Like, we could go forever as far as conspiracies when it comes to Sean Diddy Combs. As far as, I believe he has something to do with the death of not only Pac, but also Biggie, who people think that's controversial. I'm like, nah, I feel like it, because when you have a certain amount of power, it does things to certain people.
Yeah, I
and
that.
In these documents, man, they talking about a whole bunch of sexual activity that he was doing. To each his own, do whatever you want, but like, when you have a certain amount of money, isn't Diddy a billionaire?
Yeah, he is. His net worth is $1 billion.
That it goes to your head, man. Yeah. This has nothing to do with what we talk about. Right? That's on the edge.
That's borderline.
That was on the edge. I think you. But
on the borderline of
Nah, you know what it is?
That was on the borderline.
I'm in Hillside, bro.
It was on the borderline. It wasn't. It was a little reaching. I said pause. But so what I was gonna mention is this. So, since Diddy's a billionaire, I was just thinking the other day, right? I was like, all these billionaires I said all these, not a lot of billionaires, but there's some millionaires, there's some billionaires, people with, we have these movies. I mentioned this before, like superheroes like Batman or Iron Man. You know what I'm saying? Rich niggas who just want to help the world. Yeah. That don't exist.
That doesn't exist at all.
That does not exist. Am I wrong?
Nah. It's more like The Boys.
Blunt tears. Find me a rich billionaire, trillionaire, millionaire, right? If you could say, I'll do my research on whoever you send us, who is basically like a superhero. I can name a real superhero.
You talking about the real Lex Luthor or Batman type?
I'm talking about Batman. His story is, something happened to me when I was a kid. I have these millions of dollars. I fight crime, right? There's not real rich people who are that in millions, billions, who are superhero or do superhero things like attack CDC,
I know one
attack
person.
FDA, attack certain multi-million-dollar corporations that are poisoning people on a day-to-day basis. I don't think that exists. And if
I know
it does,
one person,
I'm sorry if I'm not mentioning him.
but he's not a millionaire yet, and his name is Unemployment Man.
We gotta put that clip in, Unemployment Man, in that shit. We gotta put him in there. We gotta put him in there.
That was funny.
But yeah, yo, there's people who do speak out against it. Don't get me wrong, but as far as their net worth, that shouldn't matter at all, of course. But I'm saying that we do have billionaires, we do have millionaires, and you know what the billionaires do? They say, "Hey, we're kind of overpopulated on this planet," and they do experiments on unsuspecting citizens all across the world, trying to figure out. We know how to live longer, how to increase your legacy. But coming back to this Diddy stuff, he's a billionaire. They get into these. You got that type of power. You get into these places where you wanna I don't know, yo. You feel like you could do anything you want.
You know what's so crazy? What's consistent with a lot of... I'm just piggybacking off what you're saying. What's consistent with a lot of these millionaire, billionaire type guys or women...
Not all,
but what's consistent with these guys is that they're participating in things that are pretty much evil. You know, like, and it's a big club, and technically, you know, we're not in it. So it's like these guys, it's a whole group of them. I don't know how many of them, but it's a whole club, and these guys just partake in some of the most heinous things that you can possibly think of. So I agree with you. There isn't someone who... Most of the people who are actually doing good on this planet, they're not as fortunate as the rest of these guys that we're talking about, you know, or like, you know, that we expose a lot of the time. So most of the people who are doing good are the people who are with, like, that are at our level. You know what I'm saying?
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I piggyback off
Yeah.
what you're saying? To be honest, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, me.
Yeah.
Personally, because I be looking at these lottery shits like, what would you do if you won $300 billion or 300 million, 356 million? First, I'm gonna cut it in half because it's going to taxes. That's the first thing I'm gonna do. I'm like, okay, 300.
Take the taxes out already.
No, they take it after.
No, they take it right after.
Yeah.
Once you receive that 300 million, 400 million, 500 million, chop that in half. You only really have 200 million. That's it.
Still.
That's what I'm gonna do. Then I'm going to make it.
Island.
No.
Okay.
Well, yes, I would do that. By the way, I would.
Respectfully.
This is why you gotta let me finish. This is what I was gonna say. So, my goal with that type of money, now it's easy. It's easier said than done. They're like, oh, you don't have that type of money. You know the responsibility what things come with it. Of course, yeah, I might be attacked by the CIA. They might hold me hostage. Who knows, right? But with that money, my first goal would be to right attack the pharmaceutical industries and attack the food industries too. How? You see, I said attack, right? But how would I attack it? It's a big importance, right? I would attack him by creating a multi-food restaurant, right? That's based on making you live longer. You have all these fast food chains, right?
Mm-hmm.
The way that they do their shit is to be honest, they take the cheapest way possible to make any type of food or whatever.
Yeah.
What I would want to do specifically is create a fast food chain restaurant that has a grass house where it grows its own food, whatever. So that you eat morning time, nighttime, middle of the night, whatever it is. You can go there and buy something healthy. You learn something new. Like, hey, make sure you eat this, make sure you drink that. Because when you have healthier people, you have healthier minds. When you have healthier minds, they make better decisions. Crime lowers, people are more healthy. And if it's good too, they're like, yo, damn, like, yo, don't go to McDonald's. Come over here. You need $1 menu? All right, cool. We'll get you this something healthy.
Yeah.
On some Dr. Sebi shit.
Mm-hmm.
Since you on your way. Because right now, that's really what's killing people. And as far as that, you got two in the same place. Because healthy food means healthy body.
Yeah.
So you can also get other remedies from this fast food chain restaurant that's made to literally save lives.
Yeah.
Why doesn't that exist?
Let me just... like this is what I would probably do, right? I would probably, because I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, but I'm not the most intelligent person in the world. So I would think I would probably invest in people who are already doing certain things. Like even the guy that came up with the machine that creates water out of the molecules that are in the air. I would probably invest in people like him and other guys who are probably already doing things that they're proficient in. You feel what I'm saying? That's pretty much how I would do it, because I'm not that smart of a guy. You get what I'm saying? So that's probably one of the ways that I would help.
But don't give yourself, don't do that to yourself, because you have to understand, even the person who created Apple, the person who creates music, everyone works with a team.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So
definitely.
you can do that, by the way. You can go connect with that guy, like, hey, I want to invest in your stuff. Can we get this machine in places that really need it?
Mm-hmm.
I understand what you're saying. And find multiple other people. I mean, I feel like that comes regardless with people who are doing good for the community. They want to work with other people who are doing the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think what you're saying is 100% correct, but give yourself credit too, because you could also find some type of lane with that type of money, of course.
True.
To find a niche, an angle where you can do the same thing. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, this is all fantasy talk, right? What's actually happening, right? There are chemicals in our foods in America that are illegal in certain places of the world.
Yeah.
Period. I can't lie about something like that. It's just facts. And it's probably vice versa. You feel what I'm saying? But you know, there's so much leeway for these fast food chain restaurants. Even what you buying in a grocery store, what you put on, what we are putting on our bodies and stuff like that. Anyway, like I said, that's off track of what we was talking about. To get back to the conspiracy of
the Diddy case
with Fahim Muhammad, right?
Yeah.
We can't just skip over Michael Jackson like that.
Nah, that's.
People already believe that was a conspiracy death. I don't know what your thoughts on that is.
No, I actually do think it was a conspiracy death, because right before he died, you know, he had this whole entire thing with Sony where, like, I don't think people, when people say things, I don't think they take it verbatim. They just listen and don't really think that the person's being honest to their reality. And what I mean by that is, he was literally telling people on stage, like, yo, this may be the last album or whatever I put out or whatever. He had this case with Sony where he pretty much bought Sony out, right out. And he owned, I think it was like 50% of Sony, right? And they didn't like that. They didn't like the fact that he himself owned he did it strategically too. And he basically threw it in their face on how strategically he did it. And to be honest, you can't come out on top like that. These major corporations, these billionaire, trillionaire companies, they're not going to let just one person take control of that. So it's to basically sum it up, I honestly, with the information given, it was a conspiracy death, and it was a cover up. Because look, why would that guy be there? And at the same time, this man is on a case with Diddy. You get what I'm saying? But, you know, we got to wait until the case rolls out and the final verdict or whatever the case may be.
This is a conspiracy podcast. I'm going to get deep into this real quick. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course.
I got a little bit more to say about this. So, in this document, it's alleging that Sean Diddy Combs or his son shot somebody in the studio.
Yeah.
It's alleging that.
Yeah.
It's alleging that they had somebody that could call, like a cleanup man.
The cleanup. That's crazy. Yo, that is...
it's a legend.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's a legend. That person came through and had connections with the local authority.
And I think the CIA, they also mentioned, like, maybe ties to the CIA and also...
Yes,
that nature.
That's another rabbit hole. But it's also a legend he came through. Let me know if I'm bullshitting right now. He took the body, made it look like the person got shot in the street a block away.
Yeah, that's fucking like gang violence, right?
and they reported it as gang violence the next fucking day.
That's like
the news.
That is unheard of.
No,
you gotta have. You know what it is? I think. Go ahead.
My bad.
Go ahead.
You said it's unheard of. I'm saying it probably happened multiple times with other people. We don't know, but it's just this is just being brought to light.
Mm-hmm. You know what it is? I think that we've been accustomed to certain movies, and we see this in movies all the time, right? We see this in movies all the time. We've been desensitized to thinking this can't happen. What? Right. Diddy? Really? You think Diddy can do something like that? You know, because you got to look at him. Diddy, he doesn't portray himself as the gangster type, right? He doesn't. Considering most of these guys that make rap music and their persona is gangster, right? You got guys like King Von, Lil Durk, and all these guys, they're gangster persona, right?
Right.
Diddy doesn't really portray himself to be that way. So when you hear somebody like Diddy conducting himself in a manner like this, allegedly, right?
Allegedly.
It kind of does it. It kind of sounds like it's make believe in a sense. You get what I'm saying?
Right. These claims, Bluntiers, they are all so crazy.
But wait, there's more.
Right? Exactly. I know. They're so crazy. It's like it's hard to because it's all still in court. Nothing's been factual yet. It's just an ongoing case. And it could all be money motivated. You know what I'm saying? Or it could be true. We don't know yet. It's hard to stay non-biased, especially if you have certain emotions towards whatever he's being accused of. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, the reason what's most interesting to me is that's why I even brought it up was, okay, if you have a cleanup man, how many times can any person within that who has power come to this cleanup person? How many cleanup people exist? I'm bringing it back to Michael Jackson. Mm-hmm. My dude, him specifically went through the worst trials probably any person who had the amount of money. Any black person who had that amount of money in history. As far as the cases that he went through, what people accused him of doing, which some people believe still to this day, and the evidence that he probably had against whoever it was, and the fact that he wasn't trying to fall in line to anything that anybody was trying to get him into, and they found a way into him, literally through drugs, and they claimed he overdosed.
Mm-hmm.
and so
I'm just reading this.
That was a good one. That was a good one though. And now I'm letting you, but that's what I'm trying to say. Like they found a way to get to him. Now, if they called the cleanup man, let's say they did it dirty. Let's say they forced the drugs, pause, down his throat, pause.
You condone this madness?
I said pause though. Nah, you can't say nothing after niggas say pause. You just over.
All right, go ahead, bro.
You feel me? You can't say that. All right, but I'm just saying. Let's say, because at the end of the day, you can inject people. You know what I'm saying? You can inject people with whatever. Like you can do like low key. That's what they've been doing to us slowly. Is injecting us with certain poisons and plastics and fucking water bottles to such a minute detail that we can't even notice it. But now it's coming out that plastic bottles, whatever. There's some microplastics in it that's not good for you. It's like, yo, you feel what I'm saying? Like, so if the cleanup man was there, he probably was there to just double check to make it look like, okay, boom, it was just because of the drugs. That's it.
I'm sorry. How much power does this man, like, let's say, because we all, obviously this is all alleged, right? But one who can like perform such an act and be labeled as the cleanup man or Mr. Clean or however, they said, you got to have some type of power behind you. Like, who are your associates? You know what I'm saying? You have to have quote unquote mob ties, but not really mob ties, but ties to a certain degree that, because think about this, right? When you commit a crime, who are the people that they call in to investigate the crime? I forgot what they're called.
Forensics.
So forensics, right? So, you know, obviously after a crime happens, forensics comes and analyzes the entire situation or whatnot, right? He has to be extremely intelligent to be able to pull something off like this and make it look like, you know, this happened this way, unless, like the document said, the authorities were involved in the whole entire thing, right? So it's either this man is extremely smart, right? Or the people are cooperating with this entire thing. So when I say people, I mean the authorities. Or it could be both, right?
Right.
It could be both. So I don't know. I just thought that was pretty interesting, especially because, like, I'm not gonna lie, this might sound like borderline racist or something, and he's black. You would think it would be a white guy that's like the cleanup man, right?
Whoa, hold on.
I mean, because look, in most of the movies that we watch, you know, the cleanup guy is a bald European man or something.
Well, it depends
like
on
that.
what show you watch. I've seen some shows that were interesting. A really good I don't know if you watched this show called House of Cards.
I've heard of it, but I haven't yet. I haven't watched any.
I'll give you a quick summary. It's basically about a guy who runs for president.
Yeah.
And it's showing you the behind closed doors of who these people really are.
Mm-hmm.
And what their goals are.
Yeah.
In the show, the main character, spoiler alert, Luntiers.
He's always spoiling shit.
In the show, the main character who plays the president,
yeah,
started a war to avoid an election he knew he was going to lose.
Oh, that sounds like somebody, but I'm not gonna.
I'm not saying it's anybody.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know that's
interesting.
It's
so
called,
say that again. Say that again because that sounds interesting.
Basically, in the show,
Yeah.
this guy, of course, he had other stuff going on and be like real freaky stuff, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? But he was the president of the United States, and there was a point where he knew he was about to lose an election because of something that was going on publicly, whatever it may be, things that were whatever, and he started a war. It's like in a crease way though.
Yeah.
Like he said he was gonna negotiate with some terrorists or something like that. He was like, "Yeah, it's over for that. We don't negotiate." With
Can I ask you one question?
And he started the war to avoid losing an election he knew he was gonna lose.
Was the guy who the guy who played the president, the actor that plays the president, is he an old white guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a very well known actor.
No, I'm just saying in the show, it's a show, right?
Yeah.
In the show, is he an old white male?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Yeah. He's an old white guy.
He's an old.
The show develops.
Is he like an old white senile man, or is it just like?
No. He's like he's an older gentleman, but. Okay. Yeah. So, but anyway.
But let's get back to like some of this, some of the case documents.
Right.
You want to read? Like, I want you to read the.
All right. So
6ix9ine.
Oh, the 6ix9ine one.
The 6ix9ine one.
Okay.
I got it pulled up right here.
Okay. Yeah. You okay.
Go ahead.
I
wanted to mention something real quick.
I got you. Which number was it?
6ix9ine.
Oh, the number. This nigga. All right, so this is on page 1369. Mr. Combs used access to Stevie J and his knowledge of Mr. Jones' admiration of Stevie J to groom and entice Mr. Jones to engage in homosexuality.
Whoa. Keep going.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Combs went so far as to share a video of Stevie J anally penetrating a Caucasian male without a condom. This was done to ease Mr. Jones's anxiety concerning homosexuality. According to Mr. Combs, this is a normal practice in the industry, in the music industry. Look, even Stephen J is doing it, and that's in quotes.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Combs informed Mr. Jones that he had engaged in sexual intercourse with a rapper, redacted, R&B singer, redacted, and Stevie J. Mr. Combs promised to make sure that Mr. Jones was producer of the year at the Grammys if he engaged in homosexuality. The following are screenshots of the video of Stevie J.
Hold on. Is it? Look though, but look, you gotta go. What I wanted you to focus on was. It was like rapper 5 redacted and R&B singer 6 redacted.
Yeah.
So go down on the redacted part where.
So the redacted is Redacted is he is a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj.
Whoa.
Redacted 6, he performed at the Super Bowl and had a successful Vegas residency. Redacted 7 is this writer is in possession of the video and will provide a copy to the court. Yeah.
Let's get into it. Let's get into it real quick before the
Philly rapper who dated Nicki Minaj, like people who have common sense, can possibly assume who they think that person may be. It's actually been going crazy on the internet. I'm not gonna say his name. If you want to, you can.
No, you know what's so crazy, right?
What?
They say anytime, like instead of saying pause, you'd be like, "Yo, no Diddy," or right, or you'd be like, "Yo, no Meek."
Oh man. Nah, that's newer though. That's newer because of this.
No Meek.
This dude crazy.
No Meek.
Nah, here's what it is, right? Of course, all of this stuff is alleged right now.
It is.
But these are the type of things that people go crazy off of, man. Like, how do you react to something like that? Mm-hmm. Like, let's assume 100% one side, 100% the other. 100% one side, the person's telling a complete lie. What are you gonna do in that situation? It's your whole background is tainted now. People in your personal life, your family probably questioning you, who you are. You're probably going through a whole bunch of hell because of rumors that people are assuming, etc. And I mean, we don't know how anybody would react to that type of situation. Where 100% the other side, where it could be 100% true, but isn't that bad for someone's mental health? You know what I'm saying? Like,
mm-hmm.
like if he was trying to keep it a secret and it's finally out, what happens if, God forbid, that he is he does something to himself that people don't drive someone crazy? Now those are both sides, right?
Yeah.
To each his own, whatever it may be. But it's as a fan too. I'm a fan of Meek.
I am a fan.
Everybody's a fan.
I like Meek,
but this is why I don't like public shit, because honestly, if niggas is famous and shit like that, I'm like, yo, I understand why they want to keep fans at a distance, or I mean, they keep their circle small, whatever, because at the end of the day, you don't know what this shit is doing to the nigga. You know what I'm saying?
All right, but look, like, let's just be honest, right? We're not saying that this is who they're referring to, right? Because these are documents. We're just discussing documents that's going on. Like, you know, it's a court case that's going on.
It's almost insulting to someone's intelligence.
I mean, not really, because at the end of the day, when it came down to the Epstein list, we broke it down and we talked about it.
Well, not with us.
Completely different.
Well, not with us. I'm talking about as far as it's insulting to someone's intelligence who understands black culture. For example, Academics was, you know, he got beef. Meek Mill and Academics got beef.
Yeah, 100%.
They've been had beef before this shit came out.
Yeah.
So right now, it's like, okay, Academics is like, yo, my nigga, like, I'm not saying they're talking about you, but it's pretty clear that they're talking about you.
Yeah.
What other Philly rapper?
Unless it's unbeknownst.
Unless we don't
us.
know.
Yes, exactly.
What other Philly rapper that's famous has been with Nicki Minaj?
You know, but this is the thing, though, right? This is what I thought was kind of strange with the entire thing. Mm-hmm. This guy went on Twitter and completely started to rant. He's like, "Yo, I love so much that I be hating it when it's on the period or something like that." He just was like, "It's like, okay, most people, right?"
He made himself look guilty.
Most people in a situation like this would just be like, yo, obvious, like, yo, look, if y'all believe that, that's y'all, but I'm gonna tell y'all right now, that ain't me. You know, some way, somehow, you know, they're gonna state it once, maybe twice, and that's it, and boom, y'all believe what y'all want to believe.
Plot twist. I think Meek did that on purpose to keep his name in the tabloids, because if you're acting a funny way, people are like, why Meek react like that? They're gonna keep people talking about it.
You know,
it's a marketing ploy.
I look, you know, I'm gonna be real with you. Listen to me.
Therapy.
2 seconds. I actually could lean towards that too, because I'm not gonna lie to you. I found myself listening to some more throwback Meek Mill last night, and on top of that, I was in a Lyft the other day, and somebody was playing Meek Mill. I'm like, This is not destroying his damn name. In fact, this is actually making him more talked about. So, yo, you probably right, bro. There's probably some truth to that too. You'll do anything for some damn recognition. This is like,
that's it. That makes sense, to be honest. It's the
what
most logical thing.
Remember R. Kelly? And then everyone started going back to the music.
Facts.
He was talking about T-Moon in this. Oh, he was talking about T-Boo-Boon.
Yeah.
That's a fact. That's crazy. That's true.
That's
true. I mean, that's pretty intelligent. And it's crazy because a lot of times people associate Meek Mills as being someone who is less intelligent, right? Because of the simple fact that he's
for him
from Philly. So, the way that IQ or intelligence is scaled. There's many different ways, right? So he might be smart in this way where he understands the media, where he's like, okay, well, they're already saying that I might be this thing, but let me just
we're beating around the bush
use it to my advantage.
We beating around the bush.
What's the bush that we're beating around?
My nigga. What Drake said?
Well, what do you say?
You getting bodied by a singing nigga. Trigger fingers on the Twitter fingers. You getting bodied by a singing nigga. My nigga, Meek knows how powerful his tweets are. Period. He sparked a beef.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That had one of the dopest songs that were just a beef song, but it was a club banger. Mm-hmm. Period. So dope that he remixed the song after and he rapped on the beat.
Word.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, because I'm piggybacking off of y'all what we talking about. Yeah, it could be a marketing ploy that he sent that tweet out.
True.
Some other people was like, yo, what did they say? They were like, oh, he sounds like a boy from 8th grade who says he's not gay. You're like, what do you mean I'm gay? I'm not gay. I like pussy so much. Dude, are you like, that's basically... It
sounded like he had like a little 13-year-old cousin or some shit.
Yeah,
like some shit real quick.
Like kids arguing and shit like that.
Right.
And then the whole beef with Ack. Another marketing ploy. You know how many people listen to Ack through the nighttime just listening to him? You know what I'm saying?
I was listening to him yesterday.
But Ack streams 6 hours straight. He has enough fans where he could be reading like the documents that are publicly. He's just reading them. Okay, I'm reading this. And then Meek turned it into some type of beef with Ack since he already low-key had beef with him. Bro, marketing ploy. You listening to him? To be honest, I'm probably gonna. I got a long drive to do.
I was
a little
listening
bit later,
to
so I might
throwback Meek, like throwback Meek and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that is pretty genius though. That's pretty genius, man.
Oh, sorry.
So we're gonna agree to disagree that maybe he isn't or is what?
Is
or we're just gonna wait.
Isn't or is what? What are you talking about? I'm not even. Look, listen. Whatever his business is his business.
True.
And it sounds like if you read the entire document, to sum it all up, Blunteers, if you guys read the document, we're gonna put a link. But if you read the document, it alleges a whole bunch of stuff that Sean Diddy Combs was doing. Now, this person, Mr. Jones, was alleging a lot of stuff from Sean Diddy Combs that goes everywhere from homosexuality to underage girls being involved with him, also
to drugs, to hits, to all
drugs,
type of numerous things,
to cocaine, being sniffed secretly in the bathroom, and the nose like come to the bathroom do cocaine with me, dog, like on some shit. There's so much in here. It's hard to dissect.
I mean, and the thing is too, but he's lived a very fruitful life too. I mean, like
fruitful or fruity?
Fruitful. I'm saying. Hey,
I was thinking the same thing.
He lived a very fruitful life.
Fruity.
But, hey, man, it sounds like this man is enjoying his life, doing whatever he's doing, allegedly, right? So, we don't know. We still have to wait until the entire case rolls in.
Right.
You know, if you guys are interested in us talking about this more, you know, in the near future, let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
And also, the Blunteers, like, let us know. Have you guys been listening to any new Meek Mills or any throwback Meek Mills? Does what we're saying make sense? That maybe this is he did just drop. We'll look at his numbers and see if you know, if they're up higher than usual.
He dropped something with Rick Ross not too long
I did.
ago.
I was listening to it while I was in the gym. I'm back in the gym now, yo.
Shaq and Kobe.
Shaq and Kobe. Shaq and Kobe was like 3 months ago.
Yeah, I know, but not too long ago.
Yeah, Shaq and Kobe was like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
That thing was doing numbers. Yo,
that one song by itself is doing numbers.
That shit, yo, I watched.
And this
I
is
literally
probably
watched
pumping it up too.
Yo, I watched it from the first day that I dropped. That shit like almost tripled the second, third day. I was like, damn, that shit was ridiculous.
Right.
The numbers were crazy, but
There's something about Ross. He make you feel like you rich riding in
facts.
the whip,
That's a fact. That's a fact.
That's a fact.
You just talk bullshit, bro.
Maybach music. Huh? You feel me?
But yeah, you want to end it? Take us out.
I'll take us out. I'm gonna take us out real quick. Once is at the end of the day, these are all alleged on these court documents. We don't know what's true. We don't know what's not. There's still evidence that's going to be presented in court. But at the end of the day, billionaires have done some nefarious things.
Mm-hmm.
Not just Diddy, but all over the planet. There's research that we could do. I feel like this is a distracting story. This is one crazy guy who's doing a whole bunch of crazy things. But, allegedly, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But there has been other people around the world who's been. I could name one, Bill Gates.
Yo, you know what's so crazy? I don't mean to cut you off, right? I just find it interesting, right? I want you guys to pay attention to this, right? Pay attention to my words. The Jeffrey Epstein flight logs came out early January, right? And no one has dissected the Jeffrey Epstein's flight logs. They didn't really dissect it in comparison to this Diddy situation. It's like we're so
That's
fascinated.
That's
We're so fascinated about what a black man. I don't know if I'm going to put this into race, but what this man is into. I don't know if it's because we're more interested in entertainment.
Niggas is just toxic, bro. That's it.
Or do we what do we care about really? Do we care about entertainment or do we care about actual real things?
Entertainment.
Right? It's like if there's no entertainment involved, our like attention span isn't really there. Like we don't really care much. But guys, don't forget the Jeffrey Epstein flight logs came out and everybody has been silent. No one's been going to court about the situation. No one has.
Things have been happening behind.
Things
the scenes.
have been happening behind the scenes, though. But this is.
But it hasn't been
front
publicly
news. This is public.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I just want us to pay attention to what's going on right now. It's like, yo, if we're gonna be talking about everyone who's committing like serious crimes, because some of the things that he's talking about are serious. You've got children involved, underage people involved, right? So we can't let that slide. If we're gonna hang everyone. If we're gonna hang these people, we can't just be selective on who we hang. We have to do it, with everyone, and not just this guy right here. You feel what I'm saying? There's a lot of consistencies when it comes to black men in the entertainment business. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's all I wanted to say. Maybe I'm wilding. Maybe I'm right.
Nah, I completely understand, man.
Yeah.
There is a biases, but we have to always take responsibility as far as a culture, as far as a people, as far as a population. I mean, like what people don't understand is that the phones have studied what you're literally paying attention to.
Yep.
What's getting the most news? What's also on the news specifically? CNN, ABC, whatever's publicly on the news most of the time can be considered programming. What you look on your phone all the time can be considered programming, especially if they are studying you and you're seeing certain things on your phone, etc. Step outside your box is all I could say about stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Do your own research on certain things. Ask the right questions. Hey, since this guy's doing something crazy, has there been other people throughout history who have also been doing stuff that are crazy, who just it's not brought to light because of the companies they're associated with?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Multi-billion-dollar, trillion-dollar companies probably have Diddy's in them that are just well hidden.
And Mr. Cleans.
And have a whole bunch of Mr. Cleans.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you following me?
Yeah.
So we could go all day with this.
Yeah, we can.
But Blunt is, Now I mean, stick with us. Make sure you like. Make sure you follow. You feel me?
Subscribe, comment, engage with us.
Engage with us,
know if
man.
that Meek Mill thing, is believable. Talk to us. We'll get right back at you.
I mean, let us know what you think about it. Stay tuned. We got more stuff coming to you. You're going to be all over the place like lightning and a storm. You ready? Come on now. The Blunt of Reality.
Ow.
We here at the Courageous Cat Studios, Zoo Productions. You feel me? I'm here with the king, with Pharaoh. It's Dessalines. Come on now. You thought we was going, we here. The fuck?
We out.